Today I'm going to show you how to deploy Kiloview Intercom server through VMware. So let's start a new VMware machine and give the name of the machine. Let's call it KIS and the default user Ubuntu, and give the password Ubuntu123 and confirm the password. Now we can give the name of this VMware machine. We call the KIS. It will be stored in the default S folder, and then we need to set up the space for this virtual machine. We can reference for the deployment guide of the KIS, and we give the 35 GB as the space, and we choose the split files to store for this new setup. The next step, we need to allocate the resource for this VMware machine. We can reference to the document as well. We can set up the CPU and the memory, and for the network adapter, we can use default as the NAT, or we can choose bridge. The bridge will connect to the physical network adapter of this machine. When everything, every configuration finished, you can start the VMware, and it will load the Ubuntu ISO automatically and deploy the Ubuntu system to this VM machine. Then it will be a long time to deploy the operation system of Ubuntu, and this is probably the most big difference between the on-premise deploy and the cloud deployment, because on the cloud environment you can use the image file directly, but if you deploy on a VM machine, you need to do it by yourself, step by step. In here you can choose the default language. We choose English. Here the GitHub has a new version of Ubuntu. We skip this new version. Keep the default keyboard settings, and the router has assigned a new IP address for this VMware machine. And then the rest of the configuration, we can keep the default value, don't need to change. Here we need to set up the username, the password of access to the Ubuntu system, and also set up the server name. In this page we need to install the OpenSSH server, so this is using for remote access through the tools like PuTTY. Now the installation process is beginning. You can view the full log to have a big display for to see all the information, and then it will be a long time to wait. When you see the install complete show in the upper left, it means the installation purpose is finished, and then you can close it and reboot the system. After the system starts, we can use our default user Ubuntu to log in. The username is Ubuntu and the password is Ubuntu123, and then we can access into and operate the Ubuntu system. Then we can open PuTTY to remote access into this system. But let's check about the IP first. Let's use IP-A to check about the IP address. It is designed by my house router, and I use the IP address to log in, and need to use the same username and password to access again. Okay, the next step is we need to deploy the KIS. I have prepared a script for doing this. Let's fix this script in the left side and open PuTTY on the right side. Let's get the root rights first for operate the system. Let's type in sudo to get the root rights. Type in the password for user Ubuntu, and now you can see I got our root writer. Then the next step is to deploy the Docker environment. Let's use the Docker version to check whether we have Docker deployed or not. Okay, then we see there is no Docker, so let's update the apt environment first. Let's use the script sudo apt update to update our apt environment. Okay, then we use the sudo apt install io/y to deploy the Docker environment. Okay, and then we run the following two scripts to let the Docker to start a Docker service, and let the Docker automatically run when the system starts up. Then the next step is to set up the UFW. The UFW is just like a firewall, so we need to let some portals to open. Let's enable the UFW first, and then we need to add some rows You can type in the script just to follow my left documents. So we need to allow some specific porters to open. So like the 2022 TCP, it is using for like the PuTTY to remotely access. Then we can check about the menu. The menu writes some specific porters that we need to open for KIS. Let's do that. We need to open the porter 8443 and the porter 81 TCP to allow the HTTP, TTPS and the HTTP access. Then we need to open the UDP porters 16,000 to 17,000 and UDP porters 2,000 to 40,000. We have finished all the ports configuration, and then we use sudo ufw status to check if we have opened all the porters. Then we need to type in the following script to create a KIS data category. And after that, we need to download the Kilo Intercom server, the image files. We can get it from the official website. We need to copy this script and paste it into PuTTY, and it will download from the our official website directly. There is another way. If you are an overseas customer, you can use the doc pull commands to get the image from Docker directly, and you can find the relevant script in the deployment menu as well. After the top package being downloaded, we need to use the following script to load in Docker, and then you will see a decompression process. And let's do the final step. Copy this script into PuTTY. It will create a container and make its database director mounted to the host director. So now all the installation process should be finished. So let's try to open the KIS using Chrome. Let's use the IP address, HTTPS, and my local IP address of this VMware, and then use the 8443 HTTPS ports to log in, and then you can see the web UI. Default user is administrator, and let's use this to access. And then it will jump into another page, let you to change the default password. You can using your own password,